All right, guys, welcome. Let me just share this with the tribe. Hold on one second. It is Uncle Makara back at it again. Let's go. Your videos live. Let me just change this to not made for kids. I don't know why last time my video got uh, under 18 for some reason. These videos have always been over 18, man. Read the disclaimer, okay? Alrighty, let's get started with today's video, okay? Today I want to talk about the Ascended Masters, okay? The Ascended Masters is a very vast topic, so I'm not going to cover everything today, but I just want to reveal some of the insights that I've learned from my own practices, from this own journey of mine, my own spiritual path working. Also called Primal Sutra, okay? Primal Sutra has always been about going back to the source, back to the primal, back to oneness, truth, love, divinity again. And that's been my mission ever since I've been flung into this spiritual path. I don't know how. I just have been, it just happened as a byproduct of me living life and slowly engaging more with my inner world, like really getting it solidified, but understanding it as it evolved over the years. So, who are the Ascended Masters, right? Think of them as characters in the video game who have mastered this video game of life, because technically they have escaped samsara, okay? They've escaped the cycle of suffering. They have cleared their karmas, and it has taken them eons or countless times, lifetimes and reincarnations to get where they needed to get. So first of all, let's not all try to rush to the end of the finish line, and let's understand that even just by you focusing on an image of an ascended master, let's just pull up a random image here, see if we have any. Uh, okay, here's one. Technology, man. Okay, tapped in. Okay, so here's just some examples. Okay, this is what Google is pulling up, but let's look at these. Okay, it's very, very powerful because just by you focusing on these images, guys. Okay, so for instance, let's zoom into Dwal Cool's face, right? If you just focus on this one image and you meditate to it, it is going to make you transform. Same with these other energies, right? You look at Jesus, you will transform. There will be an energy. Now, of course, some people believe that these teachings have been distorted, and I get it, man. Okay, it's not really Shambhala or Shangri-La. It's has a different name. Shambarpur, I believe, was the original name of Shambhala. So yeah, there have been some things that have been mixed about, right, by Lady Besant and Blavatsky, right? However, I still believe in the idea or concept of the Great White Brotherhood, at least and Sanat Kumara, who brings the solar logos together, right? This current reality, this planetary energy. And if you think of these different beings, right, on their chariots like planets, right? So planets spin around the central sun, right? And if you understand this solar system energy, you also understand the secrets of the gods, because it is only through that understanding that you can like start to grasp what is really going on. So I've tapped into the Great White Brotherhood a couple of times and also tapped into some of these ascended master energies and frequencies. I'm going to tell you some of these. It's going to be very empowering for some of you. But before that, I just want to say so God created all living things that contain souls. Okay. I got this question the other day, so I just want to reflect on it. Okay. So all human beings are created by God's archangels in the same format as plants, animals, things that we see, living things that we see. But the negative forces from 4D, the fourth dimension, have been attempting to do the same. So they're also creating, but it's not a real creation. It's almost like a cloning, right? It's a in vitro fertilization type of thing that's happening. It's like they are taking the power of God into their own hands and they're creating humans, mainly soulless humans, but let's not even get into that because soulless humans aren't crafted, you know, they're created, you know, and some people might see them as archons, some people might call them, you know, parasites or lower energetic beings. Some people call them demons, right? These are all just different ways of saying the same thing. Okay, these are energies. So negative scientists essentially have created some of these beings, these energies, right? But they're mental beings. So you summon them in. If you're very low in your consciousness and you're spiritually tapped out, you're more likely to get in situations where these negative beings just come in just because you're thinking about them. They're in your thought forms, right? They're in your stream of, oh my gosh, we're in a prison planet, right? A lot of people say that and they end up feeling trapped. Okay. So first and foremost, we have to clear the slate, right? Create a blank slate and understand that it is there first in our psyche. Okay. Second, there's one true God of truth, love, power, peace, harmony. Okay. And a lot of these negative beings, they're cut off from that power source. They have that power source, but it's in its less form, right? And so they don't feel that love. They're constantly seeking and, you know, trying to create their own way of doing it or tapping into that all uh, divine spark, right? That form, that higher sense of self. It is only through your higher sense of self or your monad, right? Your oversoul self, that you can really tap in and get to the most divine. Okay. Now, these are almost like gray robots. Think of soulless humans like these gray robot NPC type of characters that are actually, there are only 1,000 of them on the planet, and I think they're like immortal, so they won't die. They'll never age or whatever. So, um, you know, that sounds outlandish to some people. I get it. However, I think it's an important topic at hand. I think the way that I've understood the way that the Great White Brotherhood explains visualization, and this is what I want to share with you today as well, is going to be very, very powerful. So think about this, right? Visualization, you visualizing something. Let's say you want to manifest. This is tech from Ascended Masters, okay? So really understand this. The visualization is the imagination plane that takes images and concepts from the monad or higher self. Okay. So when we impose an imagination, there's still our higher self frequencies constantly sending images, right? And so real effective visualization, and of course, it's also effective in the etheric plane. So as you're changing the imagination plane, the etheric plane changes. Now, when you merge both the etheric and the imagination, what you do is you see the object in your mind and you hold it there. Then it creates the visualization. Then it creates the harmony, the vibration. What do we do while meditating? We focus on what? A virtuous object. That is the ultimate definition of meditation, guys. You focus on a virtuous object, which changes your state to be able to receive more terabytes of information into the storage unit. So all meditation is doing, it's creating more spaciousness, correct? For you to tap in. Okay? Powerful understanding. Now, let's see if we see the object in our minds and eventually the imagination plane has to accept it, right? If we just hold it in our minds. So that's the way that I would explain this. Now, there's many different ways to understand or perceive these different ascended masters. I remember one of my first times that I met an ascended master. I was probably like 11 years old, man. Okay. I randomly remember getting like moved by some energy, some loving force. And it was just moving me towards realizing certain things. I was like 11 years old. I don't remember much, but it was I honestly believe it was Vaiwamus's energy. You guys might not have heard of Vaiwamus, so I'm just gonna see if I can pull up an image. He's more so the higher self form of Sanat Kumara. Uh, Hold on. Also connected to my higher self, I believe, in some way. Okay. See if we can share the screen again. Again, I don't even know if you guys can see this because I remember last time I tried this, it didn't show the screen, but regardless, okay. Excellent in how he communicates, putting attention on the energy of laughter, joy, self-love. Absolutely. Absolutely, that's him. Yeah, this is a good depiction. I remember seeing him with a beard. Yeah, that's more so Sanat. He looks very similar, though. Looks very similar. But he has this kind of playfulness about him, you know what I mean? Like, he has this sense of a very, very powerful aura or energy, as far as I remember. I mean, I honestly think that he assists people to rewire their nervous systems. Okay. I believe that he helps in the dispensation of the Holy Heart Flame, and he's this beautiful, amazing cosmic master who's available for all who ask. So you can do a prayer for dispensation. Okay. Let's do a prayer for Vaiwamus. I think this is very powerful. It's coming through right now. Beloved Vaiwamus, I call you forth and ask for your assistance in the completion of my part in the divine plan. So it is done, so it is done, so it is done. Mighty I am presence, I call forth to Vaiwamus for rewiring of my nervous system and to place my nervous system in the highest love and light activation that is available to me right now. And so it is done, and so it is done, and so it is done. We call forth Vaiwamus to anchor and activate the Holy Heart Flame into the entire consciousness of humanity and to Earth itself. So be it, so be it, so be it. By the way, why do we do this 3 times, guys? It's the divine number, okay? Beloved Vaiwamus, we call you forth to give assistance to our beloved Mother Gaia and her ascension in the light. So be it, so be it, so be it. We call forth to beloved Vaiwamus for an anchoring and activation of the ascension and illumination of every being in this loving universe. So it is done. So it is done. So it is done. Swaha. Thank you. Okay. Powerful. Powerful. Okay, guys. So we can do a couple more of these. I don't know if we have any requests for Ascended Master activations for some of you. You know, some people might want to do Metatron or Mahatma or any of these other ones, okay? So let me know if you guys want to do either any prayers or invocations, you know, based on this and so forth. Actually, let me check the YouTube if there's any comments here. Let's see. Let's tap in. All good. It shows. Amazing. Cool. Good day, Mathis. Thank you for tapping in. Let's do a few. Mathis, do you have any particular favorites, man, of Ascended Masters or anybody that you want to do an invocation or a prayer for? So we can just call through that spirit, either for Primal Sutra. I know the Violet Flame came up, so we might want to do Saint Germain or Lord Maitreya Buddha or Sananda, which is connected to Jesus, or you know, Helios. We can do Helios if you want, Helios and Vesta. Um, it's up to you, brother. What's coming up for you? Saint Germain? Okay, let's do Saint Germain. Awesome. Saint Germain. Let's see. Saint Germain, okay? The Maha Chohan. Okay, it's a new age of golden age of ceremony and magic of the highest divine order. Okay. Woo, let's do this, man. Oh, violet flame transmission. Let's go. Okay. Upward spiral, gang, gang, gang. Okay, let's go. The dispension of the violet transmuting flame of forgiveness. This flame is helping purify every being on this earth. Also, the dispensation of purity of ceremony and purity of your mastership. Mighty I Am presence, I call forth the violet transmuting flame of forgiveness to heal and cleanse my bodily systems now. So it is done, so it is done, so it is done. Beloved Germain, I call forth now the divine dispensation of the violet transmuting flame. Sacred flame, come forth now from the very heart of God and blaze in through and around my entire 4 bodily systems now. So be it, so be it, so be it. I call forth to Saint Germain to help me heal, cleanse, and purify any mathematical programs that I've carried or will carry, and that I am responsible for, and to bring these into the purity of God. So be it, so be it, so be it. I call forth Saint Germain, will you please help us as Primal Sutra to anchor and activate our higher Adam Kadmon body. And so it is done. It is done. It is done. Whew. Just imagine and visualize the violet flame coming in through your sacred heart, burning all of your organs, purifying you, all your auras, all your nadis. Oh, I feel like a cleanse, like a toxic cleanse happening inside of me. So it might be there's like I feel mucus coming out as I did that. That's amazing. Wow. Woo. Okay. Beautiful. I need to do these activations more. Beautiful. Wow. Yeah, let's do Helios, brother. I'm feeling strong about that one too. Uh let's try Helios. Unless we have another request. Because Helios and Vestar are solar logos, is also associated with Aries, I believe, in Mars. In the if you look at the astrology, actually, let's look that up before we get into this, man. There's like a I believe there was like an astrological image that I had. Hold on. This would help you guys. That's why I'm sharing it. Uh, all right, can you guys see this? Just let me know. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, so it's interesting, right? Wow. Oops. My bad. Libra, God reality. Scorpio, God vision. Sagittarius, God victory. Capricorn, God power. Aquarius, God love. Pisces, God mastery. Aries, God control. Taurus, God obedience. Gemini, God wisdom. Cancer, God harmony. Leo, God gratitude. Virgo, God justice. Libra, God reality. Okay, yeah. So this is amazing, guys, okay? And these seem to be associated with the different rays. Now, for Scorpio myself, I would have to look at the all-seeing eye, right? The Cyclopeia and the Lords of Form. As Aquarius, let's see for you. God love. Huh. Interesting. Saint Germain. Ta-da! Okay, no wonder. Hey, no wonder, bro. You're tapped in, but that's why you're an adept, right? You're tapped in. So, and it also says hatred and mild dislike in all witchcraft. Okay. Yeah, what we're doing is not really witchcraft. It's a sacred technology, right? We're definitely not doing any witch. I mean, if we were doing witchcraft stuff, like, you know, sacrificing animals or something, or like doing weird stuff, like then, yeah, there's no way we could tap into these frequencies, these higher understandings, you know. But let's see what it says for Scorpio. Selfishness, self-love, idolatry. I could definitely see that. I could definitely see the vanity element of Scorpio. Let's see. Virgo, injustice, frustration, and anxiety. Yeah. So those are the like the opposite, the demons or the things you have to battle, right? To get to that. Um, mhm. Let's see some of the other ones. Well, here let's go to Helios and see conceit, deceit, arrogance, and ego. And Cancer. I can't read upside down, bro. Can you guys read that? What does that say? Oh, I gotta go this way, okay? To read it. In what does this say? Indecision, self-pity, and self-justification. Damn. This is amazing, right? This chart. So this I don't know how legit this is. If I muscle test is pretty strong. Um, but it's an interesting one, right? Maybe we can create a system like this because look, Divine Director, Saint Germain, Jesus, Helios, who's this? God, God obedience and the seven mighty Elohim, El Moria. Then we have Serapis Bey. Then we have Leo is the goddess of liberty. Then we have Lanto. Lanto sounds familiar. Mighty victory and lords of individuality. Mm. Amazing, man. This is really cool. But yeah, dang, 1 second, guys. I think I closed the YouTube. Yep. Yeah, check the sun signs as well as the moon signs. Definitely, man. Yeah. I think it's so important to look at this. I'll send this in the adepts, by the way, Mathis. I'll send it to you guys because I think it's cool. Um, yeah, I think it's just another way to look at it, right? And it's we always prefer to have the greatest maps available to us so that we can make sense of it all. We are a mystery school, right? So we are figuring out the mysteries of this universe and figuring out a way to move it forward into our flow state higher selves and our greatest invention, which is ourselves, our greatest. We're the living laboratory of our own experiments, and you can see it through our results. Okay. Helios, let's do Helios, man. I'm excited for this. Okay. Helios and Vesta are the solar logo. So they activate the solar ray from the core of this solar core of this universe. They bring forth the light quotient. Okay. Uh, Building from that solar core, they can help also activate key codes or sacred geometries. Okay. And the anchor assistance from the great central sun as well. So let's do the prayer. It's very quick. It's very quick. I call forth Helios and Vesta for helping in building my light quotient in my four lower bodies. So be it, so be it, so be it. I call forth Helios and Vesta for an anchoring and activation of the key codes, sacred geometries, and light packages of the Great White Lodge of Sirius into my being now. So it is done, so it is done, so it is done. Okay. It's interesting because Lord Buddha, one of my favorite, I saw Buddha's picture on my desk the other day. It's very strange occurrence, right? Someone keeps drawing Buddha images on my desk and leaving it, right? So really strange occurrence and but yeah, I think you know, we have this. I don't actually think I shared this. Hold on. Let me see if I can check. By the way, go check out the comments of the video yesterday. There's someone asking, why do you follow Hinduism? Why not turn to Jesus? I said, I don't. I'm an omnist. Christ is king. Why are you so curious, lost soul? They said, so why do you accept Christ as the way to God? So do you accept Christ as the way to God? Then why do you talk about Shiva and other stuff? This is my response. In essence, talking about Shiva doesn't negate my acceptance of Christ. Instead, it enhances my spiritual perspective by acknowledging the diverse ways the divine can manifest and guide us. And then he asked something about which is the most powerful being in existence. Akiro, if you're watching this now, okay, I'm not going to answer that question. Just reflect on why you're asking that question first and foremost. Why are you so curious? Okay. But yeah, Lord Buddha is one of the beings that gives you the rod of initiation. Okay. So he can activate that pure shambolic ray and give you the dispensions for enlightenment, the healing grace of those, we call them Shambhala, right? Shambhala masters, and the grace and ease for passing major initiations. Okay. So that's what makes these masters so interesting, man. And what is Mahatma? So I wanted you to explain, I wanted to kind of explain Mahatma. So Mahatma is a group consciousness that embodies all 352 levels of God's consciousness all the way back to God himself. So the Mahatma energy is known as the avatar of synthesis, okay? The Mahatma energy is the highest possible light energy we can call forth other than the clear light of God itself, okay? Now, some people know it, okay, only through like Mahatma Gandhi or something like this, right? But this is a term that really taps you into all your four bodily systems, and also that there is something to ground your Mahatma light body, right? Again, you just have to call out to these beings. You saw the ways that I'm doing these dispensations and prayers, right? There's a specific wording and a way that you say them, and a way that you revere yourself through this. Now, this is very, very powerful because we can understand when we're getting skewed on this journey. Because I remember, man, well, when I met Vaiwamus, right, when I was like 11 years old, I think I met this. He showed up as almost like a light being. I couldn't tell his form or what it was, what he was. I couldn't see that he had long hair, beard, or anything like that. He was just a light being at that time, who showed up. And it's only later in my adult years when I finally realized, tested, now I'm on this path working, I get it. Like things are starting to click now, but now I'm 30 years old, and as a kid, I was like maybe 11, right? So this has been a while, it's been a while. So of course there's a faintness of memory. I do remember though, the energy moved me up and it got me to look around at my situation. And eventually, I don't know how he would help me, but I know that the work that I do is to help people change their perspectives into a more positive perspective, a more optimistic way of life, right? And I think that energy is associated to Vaiwambus because he helps to rewire the nervous system and change, these distortions and these old synapses that don't serve you anymore, right? Your brain patterns, it's all about patterns, right? For a lot of us. So we got to really notice that. Ah, downloads are happening for you, bro. Yeah. Sheesh. Sheesh. Yeah, lie down, brother. Drink some water. This is intense. I know. Sheesh. Younger brother and many friends of me are Aries, so makes sense. You understand your ascension map by tuning into the knowledge presented. Yep, totally. Wild, man. It's funny, should be in a work meeting. I decided not to today. It's not that relevant to the path, so I am here. I am here. Fantastic. Fantastic. Man, let's see if we can pull up another image. I did have some Reiki stuff here. Who are the Ascended Masters? Let's go through this. Ascended Masters are enlightened beings who were once ordinary humans in a past lifetime, but went through a series of transformations and now dwell in the spiritual realm. So they're believed to attain their ascension by acquiring the necessary wisdom and mastery to become immortal and break free from the reincarnation and the karmic debt cycle. So, as a result, their state of awareness operates at a very high level than the human mind can access. Okay, so these spiritual beings exist in every religion, right? Every religion, every culture, every race, every tradition. Now, these are based on some of the theosophical teachings, and some of the more famous ascended masters include Jesus, Buddha, Vishnu, Mother Mary, Saint Francis, and the list goes on. But they're once great healers, teachers. Of course, who can forget, Babaji, the amazing Babaji, right? His energy is amazing as well. And when we see thunder in the sky, we understand this. I honestly think that the gods, they looked at humans almost like, why are they these like, limp creatures who are hoity-toity and like, walking around like they know everything. Like, why are they acting like that? Even these ascended or at least these guides would look at humans sometimes in awe but in wonder, right? In wondering like how or why are they doing that? But everyone, I mean, in the process of becoming an ascended master, humans can ascend to their highest level, but it's only possible after transcending human weakness, right? Human limitations. So they really point out your human limitations. Like they point it out to such a level, man. And according to this belief, like all humans can go through 9 levels of spiritual development, and the soul evolves through these different initiations. So the first 4 levels of the development on Earth during reincarnation, at the 5th level of initiation, souls have an opportunity to step off the karmic wheel and join the kind of spiritual hierarchy. But it's only at the 6th initiation where the ascended masters go into ascension to regain union with their God presence. Okay. So attaining this level of mastery comes at a cost of great personal sacrifice, right? Many, 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 many reincarnations, making positive life choices. Okay. It's tough. Okay. But you got to be a badass. You got to be tough for this journey. Soft, light worker like approach, right? This is, serve, guide, protect, heal, teach, inspire all of humankind. I mean, that's a big responsibility, man. These enlightened beings are full of wisdom. And so they can help you in all areas of your life. I've really experienced greatness with them. I've sometimes channeled some of these beings. So if you want to show up to some of our events, I channel every Monday. And Ryan G helps me facilitate the channelings, and he channels sometimes too. And sometimes our adepts also channel. Okay, they get initiated and then they go through the process. I help them channel as they're going through the process to help them really tap in. And it's an amazing process, because really this is the technology that we really need in order for us to really break free, right, out of this rabbit like existence of just like, going in circles. So, man, it's funny, Mathis, because I took the day off as well today. So I can probably talk about this. And also yesterday was a leadership day, and today is 28th, right? So 8, 10. So it's also leadership day. Okay. Um, okay. Yesterday was 9, right? Dragon Day. So is leadership day, Dragon Day, another leadership day? Yeah, it's no wonder I'm feeling this energy. So wonder. Okay. And I feel very high vibration right now. I don't know about you guys. Like the Taurus technique that I learned from Jason, right? So try this right now. Okay, take your attention to your body. Just be aware of it. Now move your awareness to the pineal gland, the center of your head, forehead. Once there, take your awareness to a centimeter or a half an inch above the pineal. That's your divine mind. That's your divine mind. You've just slipped from physical awareness to spiritual awareness. Sit in that space for as long as you like. It's a really good place to meditate, right? But for our purpose, we move on. Okay, you'll see a silver cord sometimes appear in the divine mind. This will drop to the sacred heart. You follow the cord to the heart. And for those who went into a I don't see mode, right? You do get a sense of feeling heavy. Go with the heavy feeling. It will take you to the sacred heart. For those who need a place, the sacred heart is in the middle of the chest, about 10 or 15 centimeters from the two clavicles that meet, right? So someone to move down from the core star because this is an active energy source. The word heart is a giveaway to the actual location. Okay. So the sacred heart is also a great place to meditate and a doorway to higher levels of ascension. Okay. Now become aware of the silver cord. This is from your sacred heart connected to your soul seat. Okay. So it's below where the two collarbones meet between heart and throat chakra, right? Sitting out from the physical body. You might like to meditate there another time, but just focus on what I said, the divine mind and the sacred heart, soul. Okay. You've created now an elliptical ring of energy connecting the divine mind and the sacred heart. So you follow the energy through the three centers a few times. As you do, the strength of this connection is going to increase. You now have a connectedness to your awareness to some of the highest levels of consciousness, because everything you receive will come in at its highest potential. So enjoy this Taurus, you know. I suggest everyone to begin each meditation with this practice, you know. It's so powerful and it's so simple. I find it beneficial to practice this personal Taurus technique. And as well, some people use the microcosmic orbit, right, and the tongue at the roof of the mouth and creating a bridge around themselves and stuff like that. I mean, you can apply and access all other techniques into this and come up with some kind of mad scientist Frankenstein approach. Yeah, go for it, okay? But what I'm saying is ascension is about becoming more light being and letting go of the negative and lower self, right? So the personal Taurus is just a tool to make that happen. It just clears up the gunk, okay? So how do you create a Taurus with another person? You start with the attention of connecting with, so let's say you want to connect with the Taurus of an ascended master, okay? So while still on your own Taurus of divine mind and sacred heart and soul, ask your ascended master to step forward so that you may connect with them on a deeper level and even communicate with them. Then seeing, feeling, knowing, or just hoping that they're before you. Connect to your divine mind. You'll see a silver cord connect to the master's divine mind. The master will send a cord back. Follow your own silver cord from your divine mind and sacred heart. Once you go to the sacred heart, you're going to send a cord to the master. Then the master will see the silver cord of your sacred heart to their sacred heart. You're synced up. Okay? You're synced up. And they're going to send a cord in return. Now, from your own silver cord to your soul, you see the silver thread go from soul to the master's soul. So a group of Taurus of two has been created with three connections. So feel the flow of energy coming from the master's cord to you and feel the vibration. In most cases, the master will alter their vibration to make the connection more possible for you. But it's really good to try it. It's really good to try. You can sit in meditation in the master and allow the ascended master's energies to flow into you. And when you're ready, you may receive the teachings or direction. But in most cases, the master will take this opportunity to give you some form of radical healing, okay? If you request it. And work with it, work with you on different higher projects or levels today. So yeah, you could be like, hey, I missed work today. You know, what's the next steps? You tune into ascended master. You know, you ask them. You're completely contained within the chorus and the chorus. La la la, right? The chorus too. The chorus of angels around you, right? It just protects you. The Taurus can protect you. Nothing else can enter the exchange that isn't invited. Okay, so you're safe doing this protocol, this process. That's why I'm sharing it on YouTube. And you can always assure that your ascended masters you are connected to isn't a pretender. Okay, the portal cords ensure that you are connecting to the right master. Okay, so your divine mind and your sacred heart will spark up, or you will feel some irritation if it's not the right being showing up. It is such a protective practice that you can make your own personal Taurus and win the permission of your, we can also create a Taurus for all of Primal Sutra, right? You can invite as many people as you want into a group Taurus, which is excellent for healing groups to use, right? So then we work as a single unit. I saw this Indian movie Maidan, right? The final scene where India was in the Asian Games against Japan or whatever. They haven't won for 64 years after that. Can you believe that? Or been to the Olympics after that guy, Rahim, right? I think after making that movie, Indians will get inspired because hey, where are all the Indian movies about like football? But anyway, it's powerful because the speech he gave, he said, we might be 11 on this field, but we're also all one. Okay. And he was looking at all of his players, and we play with one heart, one mind, one unit, And that energy of connectedness, right? That's the same thing that he's doing, guys, to create this Taurus. Okay. The energy flowing from you to the left and right in balance, if we want the Taurus to be balanced, right? So you want to understand that all the connections are going into this unity consciousness. So it's a wonderful technique if you want to do it for your meditation groups, one divine mind, one sacred heart, and one soul. It's perfect. Meditation groups will achieve greater levels of power if they're linked in this way. So this is more so a technique for creating change, right? Okay, so let's do, I'm just going through here. Abunta. Okay, so there's an an ascended master named Abundanta. Okay, to help with abundance, I guess. Abundanta. That's funny. Not funny towards you, ma'am. If you're listening right now, Abundanta. However, it's hilarious to my. It sounds like a wordplay or pun, and I'm a rapper, so abundance. Abundananta, right? Maitreya. Let's go with who's coming up right now that we do the Master Merlin, no, Master Moses, Padre Pio, Serapis Bey. Let's do Maitreya. Let's do Maitreya, future Buddha. No, let's do my favorite, Sanat Kumara. Okay. Shall we do Sanat Kumara or Maitreya? Sanat, okay, because he's in charge of our planet. Okay. So this is deliverance from negative cathexis and lower energies. Okay. So this is also room cleansing. So if you have a really negative space in your room, this is really good to do. Okay. So tune in, tap in. Let's go. Activating Sanat Kumara. The Lord of the world. The etheric physical expression of our planetary logos, who dwells on Shambhala, a great being originally from Venus who sacrificed himself to become the personality vehicle for the ensouling deity of our planet 18.5 million years ago, the nearest aspect of God that we know, That which you see through the raised consciousness is the image of Master Sanat Kumara. You may pull up an image of him if you choose to do so. Very similar to Vaiwamos, as I shared earlier, whose basic energy helps humankind realize that thoughts are real and can have form even in another dimension. Such thoughts, therefore, can have effects on other lives, not only Earth, and also those in universal space. When humankind's thinking is spiritually raised from its limitations, the space brothers and sisters will be even more willing to cooperate. As consciousness is already changing, this master helps eliminate negative thought by working with the highest energies emanating from the divine source. The light and love of this master emanates throughout the entire universe and may be felt within your heart. So be it, so be it, so be it. Okay. Okay, good. Good. Let's see if we have any other elements of this. Sanat. So, okay, that's a good question. Let me just. Hey, it's young Hefe. Hey, today's day off day for real, you know? Hey, what's up, Amber, as well? Uh, I send you holographic sphere. Yeah, let's go. Ascension time, baby. Ascension time. Okay, let's get it. So I'm going to teach you guys an ascension technique here. It's good that you joined, okay, live. And ask any questions, by the way, on Ascended Masters if you want to know anything, or, who are they, or, but I want to give you the cutting edge tech, okay? Let's go with okay. So there's the Golden Chamber of Melchizedek, right? He's initiated by the Order of Melchizedek by the Universal Logos, and he's the level of initiation. Basically, your level of initiation doesn't matter. You just have to begin the process and ask for his blessing. So he's the being that ensouls the entire universe, and it's the Order of Melchizedek, which is the core essence and antecedent of all spiritual teachings on planet Earth. So who better to be initiated into this order than by Melchizedek himself, you know? So, I mean, highly recommend it, okay, to work with his energy. Now, Dwal Kul is an interesting one. I had worked with him a little while ago. I saw you pull his name through one of your cards, Mathis, as well. He's very non-judgmental. He's such a, like, he promotes love in all facets of life. I don't know how he does that, to be honest with you. Um, but the energy is very powerful through a lot of these beings, you know. And yeah, it's interesting because each of them have their own, ways that they understand, you know. Each of them has their own ways that they perceive the world and how they watch the world. Like, let's say Serapis Bey, for instance, right? Let's pull up an image of him. Okay. Let's pull up an image. Serapis Bey. He's not, he's Bey. He's before everybody else, right? That's funny. All right. Let's pull up an image. Can you guys see this? Okay. So powerful. This is his energy. Okay. So let's just tap in, realize, recognize it, tune into the energy. All right. All right. Just tune into it, Are we all ready? Are we all ready to tap in? Should we get a thumbs up or something? Let me know if you guys are ready. Serapis Bey. Okay. Serapis Bey holds the ascension door at the Temple of Ascension at the etheric level in Luxor, Egypt. Okay. So he brought Egypt to its height of diplomatic prestige, prosperity, and peace. So his extensive buildings and monuments, palaces, and temples included construction of the Temple of Luxor, which was built to correspond to the outline of the human skeletal framework, by the way. Okay, careful studies of its architecture revealed that the entire temple, okay, explains many secret functions of the organs and the nerve centers. And again, a lot of people knew this, right? A lot of temples in India are also built based on the chakra system. Okay. So Serapis was an embodied Leonidas, a king of Sparta. Okay. He resisted the advance of Xerxes' vast Persian army in an Herculean effort at Thermopylae. So this guy, right, Serapis, was embodied as a high priest in an ascension temple on Atlantis more than 11,500 years ago or something, right? He also worked with Katumi. He worked with Dwalgul, worked with El Moria. Okay. And he ascended in about 400 BC, I believe. Okay. So to attune someone to the ascended masters, you got to find a place that you're going to be undisturbed, right? For 30, 40 minutes. So just, you got to sit or lay down and make yourself as comfortable as you can. Okay. Close your eyes and meditate for 5 to 10 minutes to gain an energetic connection. And visualize a blue orb of protection surrounding you and the person who's receiving the attunement. Okay. So we can do it with Sanat Kumara right now. So if anybody wants to volunteer, does anybody want to volunteer to do the healing or attunement? Are you guys not seeing the screen? Damn. Who would like to volunteer as tribute? Type it in the chat. You're going to receive an attunement from me. It's very easy, very quick. I just need your consent. Energetic consent to anybody who's live. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Okay. No one's typing it in, so let me just see. 3 is watching right now. Guys, can you hear me? Put me in, coach. Hey, young Hefe, good. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Let me close this actually, the share screen. Hold on, let me go back to meeting. Stop share. Okay. I call upon Sanat Kumara and ask him to be in the presence of young Hefe during this attunement. I ask my higher self now that this student will be attuned to the energy of that master. All right, it should be done, man. That's it. It should be done. So basically, it's a very simple process, and you can do this with your friends too, if you want. You visualize the ascended master standing behind the person who's receiving the attunement with their hands on their shoulders, becoming one with them. That's what I just did. And basically, that master is now there for you to guide you, right? Whenever you need to call upon this energy, you just have to say activate Sanat Kumara. You just have to say activate and then his name. Okay. And this is a very, very powerful attunement practice because these beings will work with anyone. They're there to help humanity. You know what I mean? They're there. They've gone through the level of samsara. They've beat the video game, and they love the video game so much that they're willing to come back to humanity and help us. You get what I mean? Let me grab my obsidian. Nice. Okay. So this is a very powerful practice, man. And the more and more you guys tune into this energy of masters who were put on this earth plane, and I mean, these can bring you much closer towards your etheric journey, right? Buddha is an interesting one because, I mean, he was born in a royal family. Think about it, right? He was a young adult, and his experiences with the outside world drove him to seek out greater understanding of life and the spiritual enlightenment. So Buddha, from the point Siddhartha achieved his enlightenment, he got the Holy Spirit in a sense. Buddha means the enlightened one, okay? The awakened one, the one who's awakened in the dream. So all of us have this Buddha nature. And we also share our mind with the Buddha. And if we do share our mind with the Buddha will come and help our minds. And what is the Buddha's mind? It's emptiness. It's complete peace. Okay? It's formless. However, it's clear, it's pleasant, it's light. So the Buddha traveled great distances teaching people about one path to salvation. However, that path isn't the only path. As we've understood, they're all associated with these rays, these different rays of light. Okay? Some people even sacrifice their personality vehicle for the ensoling, deity of our planet. So the master helps in eliminating negative thought by working with the highest energies emanating from the divine source. Okay? So whenever you feel hurt, sad, negative, one of the techniques that I've loved to work with is imagining that negativity is a character that you're speaking to. Okay? So if you struggle with a lot of anger, you imagine that character as the Hulk or some angry character, right? Some angry version of you. You name it something. You give it an image. Through the image, again, we understood. What do we understand for visualization? For visualization, we have to hold the virtuous object in mind in order for it to transform. Right now, you're seeing anger as a bad thing, which is creating more resistance for you. You hate it. You're creating more hostility. You're breaking things. Maybe you're being passive aggressive instead of letting it free also, okay? A lot of times, men are taught not to show any other emotions besides anger. So maybe they're sad, they're confused, they're stressed, they're other things, but it's coming out as aggressiveness, as anger. But that's still a part of your wounded divine masculine, right? So this is what we have to work on, right? Is the parts of negativity, of weakness within ourselves and within others. We all recognize it. We know what it is, right? Nobody has to point it out to you. You know when you hate when your parents point it out to you, right? Oh, you haven't done this thing yet. Or, oh, what is that over there? They always nitpick and like zoom into flaws, right? That's there to teach you. You chose your family before this incarnation. You're here to go through these understandings and lessons, guys. Okay? So powerful. Okay? So don't for a second get sidetracked and distracted from your mission. You're there to create traction, not distraction. You're there to focus on this ascension journey. That is the most important thing. Okay? The most important thing. And if you can find a way to make it your passion, that you're making money off of it as well, like you're making it your calling, your vocation, you're moving forward in your healing self and in your own true nature, and you're understanding a personal, reflective understanding of these different archetypes, right? Because they're really archetypes in our minds, right? If we really break it down, right? So you got to imagine yourself connected with the ascended masters and receiving their guidance. I'm the highest in the room. You know, one of my favorite one of my favorite mantras has been recently after listening to the charisma attunement that our adepts have access to. I am the highest living form of creation. Okay. What do you mean? You are, right? You are. So you know the concept of animus and anima, right? There are patterns that exist in the mind as archetypes. So the anima attacks men. The animus attacks women. But it doesn't always attack. Sometimes it empowers. Sometimes it self-reflects. Sometimes it gives you a download, okay? But it's not there to attack you. But they're just your patterns in your mind. Your patterns of all women and all men in your mind, okay? Carl Jung even wore a Gnostic ring. I don't know if you guys know this. He wore a Gnostic ring and he wrote his own 7 sermons to the dead. He believed in alchemy, metaphysics, mystical truths and revelations. Okay. He believed not only in the aspect of libido being the sexual energy, but also the psychic energy. He truly believed that with that energy, we can change. And so if you see evil spirits or dark energies, this is also another ascended master teaching. If you see them as patterns of the mind, evil spirits are archetypes in your mind. You know, some people are terrified of ghosts and other people aren't. Some people are terrified of like some kind of a very specific type of beast, like a goblin. And then other people are like afraid of clowns. Why is that? They're archetypes. They're patterns of trauma or something in the mind that have been imprinted, either at a very young age or just been entered, right, through thought forms, consciousness that is not yours to keep, but has been thrown into the mix. And maybe you've personalized it, therefore attached to it. So you're saying, man, be careful of these darker energies, man. Be careful of these. And then you call them in. You're summoning them as you're talking about them. It's like saying Voldemort, you call him in, right? He who must not be named. What do you think that means, bro? Right? What do you think that means? They're telling you, that's the clue. These evil beings, they're patterns in the mind that must not be named. Don't pay attention to them. Okay? We can understand them and work out their mechanics to know the enemy, but we cannot get wrapped up in their worldviews, ideologies, because we're going to get swayed. Okay? They're the fake versions of that. They're the artificial versions of true love, right? Take divine love and then distort it into weird things like a porn industry, a random thing that it's saying it's love, but it's really like trying to match, like a match.com type thing, right? It's taking the concept of love and skewing it into all of these different versions, right? And again, those versions are all there, but it's our mind patterns, our mentalism. Through our mind, we latch on to one. And then it starts controlling our life. So we have to be the one who holds back the controller of this joystick of this video game. Okay. And this is what this video is meant to do. It's meant to wake you up from the trance that you've been living in. Okay. Yeah, man. You're welcome. You're welcome for the gateway to Serapis. Yeah. And all of these other beings are so interesting. Just if you read about any of them, like let's do one more. Let's end with Jesus. Okay. Let's end with Jesus. Hallelujah. Okay. Divine guidance and instruction. Okay. I mean, 2,000 years ago, God sent an angel to Israel to a virgin named Mary. Think about it. Mary was engaged to a carpenter named Joseph. Okay. A carpenter named Joseph, by the way, is also our first, I guess you could say, adept who joined us in Bali. Yeah, that's right. Joey was a carpenter, actually. Our first student who came to our event, his name was Joey, Joseph. Okay. And he was a carpenter. Like he did woodworking and carpentry, right? So Joey, shout out, bro. Hey, shout out Joey, man. Of course, that man had to face all sorts of hell in order for him to realize and be in the light and join Primal Sutra. That's dope. Okay. Anyway, the angel told Mary that by God's power, she would conceive and bear a son who would be the savior of all mankind. So Jesus teaches us to love one another and accept everyone for who they are, man. Okay. His energy is gentle. And the thing is, he'll always be with you in your time of need. He doesn't care that you were talking against him or you were like doing other things behind the scene. It's like you call out for him. He knows he's there. He's there for support and love. He has that deep level of kindness that I've noticed, at least in my journey, right? So when you reach out, he helps. And a lot of these ascended masters, when you reach out, they help you. Okay. Yes, there are people saying that you need to have these initiations and attunements in order for you to reach out. No, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, you can do this. Okay. If I've done it, if many other people have done it, you can do this too. You can understand the Ascended Master Code and live through it in your daily life. Now, I know you're not going to work thinking about Serapis Bay or like these little mundane, earthly things that we were doing, right? We're not thinking about these ascended beings. But what if you could charge your entire office space, right? The energy of Sanat Kumara, or, bring in the energy of the Buddha, or, Lady Nada, for instance. Shout out Lady Nada, who also works with Claudia in our path working, right? And this is such a powerful thing, man, because when you can have this information and this knowledge, you can not only protect yourself, you can also protect your tribe and family. Like I said, with the Taurus meditation. Okay. So this has been a powerful video, man. I've been going on for a while, I think, huh? How long have I been going for? An hour? More than an hour? Of course, right? Dang. Okay. This was an interesting one, for sure. Thank you so much for being here, guys, including the new ones, okay? I know that when I do it on my phone, I got a lot more views for some reason. I don't know why that is. I think it might have something to do with just the algorithm or something like that. But I think many people will find this video, man, and I think they'll be able to use this tech, and I'm really happy for that. I'm glad for that. So if you found value, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, have him or her go through these priest or priestess beast teachings, and just tap in. I hope to see you at one of our events, our free events. Okay. We have channelings every Monday and we have a podcast every Wednesday. If you missed our podcast, check it out. Okay. We were talking about how, you have to work smarter, not harder, whether you're late or you're lazy, that's good in a certain context. Okay. You just got to find out the right way to use your energy. Okay. So with that being said, thank you so much, guys. I hope you truly have an adventurous, incredible rest of your day. Okay. May you never be the same again. And we're all going to make it. Okay. I'll see you on the other side and I'll see you in the astral. Much love. Shout out to all adepts who are on this path, all students who are on this path, who are watching and absorbing this information and wisdom and deciding to put it into action into their real world. Let's go. Upward Spiral Gang. Yeah. We taking over.